Welcome to the GBR Online Design Studio. This lesson is going to feature an origami bunny made of towels and folded so that it's sturdy enough to be a gift basket. You'll find so many ways to use this. Let's go straight to the towel folding. To make the towel origami bunny, the first thing you're going to do is take a bath towel and fold each end into the center. Now, to make this a functional basket so that it can support products, we'll use a small piece of poster board and slide it all the way to the inside of that fold. Now, from this point, we're simply going to fold it into thirds, into the center and into the center. And then we'll fold one more time, and we'll have the towel completely ready to go. We're going to wrap now the towel end to end, and we'll insert one end into the other. You'll need to push that in at least 3 or 4 inches so that you now have a nice snug fit. To secure the towel end to end, you can do one of two things. You can use large safety pins to pin these two together, or you can use a quilter's thread, which is a very heavy-duty thread, and a curved, rounded needle. This is often used in upholstery. It's actually faster for me to use the needle and just put in a couple of stitches, and you may find that for you it's faster to use the pin. But with this needle, as you can see, it will only take 2 or 3 stitches to go down the length of it, and then you don't have to worry about the consumer getting their little finger pricked from one of those pins. And once you get to the end, if you're going to sew it up, just do as you would in any kind of sewing and make a little knot. And it's done. The next step after you've either pinned it or sewn it together is to turn it up and now actually make your container. As you can see, it is hollow inside at this point. But to make a functional basket, we're going to pull down one side of the towel, of one side of the folds in, and we're going to do the second one. And these are just going to cross over each other. And once you get that in, as you can see now, we've got a very firm, sturdy base to that. Our base is finished, and now we're going to begin working on the head and the ears. For the ears, we're going to need a hand towel. This is a larger one, and we're going to fold all 4 corners in so that they meet together. From this point, you will begin rolling up the edge and roll as tightly as you can. And when you get it halfway rolled, then take a marabou feather or boa and place it in the center. These are 2 little small scraps. And when you have it at this point, you may need to put a little weight here, hold it in place, and then you'll begin rolling the opposite side. Roll it all the way to the center. Now, at this point, you could again use pins. I would prefer to use the quilting thread and the needle again. And we're going to sew these little bunny ears up so that we don't have any problem with them coming apart. And as you can see, this is only going to take just a couple of seconds to go all the way up and down the ears. Now, it looks like we're sewing the marabou feather inside, but after we finish, we're going to pull that feather back out so that you can see more of it, and it's a little fluffier looking. Just down to one end. There's very little need to tie a knot in it because these ears are not likely to come undone. So just cut your thread and do the other end. The ears are all stitched up end to end, and now we're ready to work on the head. For the head, we'll need another hand towel. For this one, you will fold the ends to the center. So it's end to end in the center. And then we're going to squinch it up a little bit, just as if it were a bow tie. Take the ears now, bend them in the middle, and place them on top. Now we're going to bring this little end over the bunny ears and to the back side. Now again, you can sew this in place or you can use a pin. And just so you see how to use one of the safety pins, I'm going to go ahead and pin this one. And now to shape up the face, we're going to pull in this end and we're going to pull up this end and make a little tuck in the center. And we're going to either pin or sew it. And again, I prefer the sewing of it, so I'm just going to make about 3 little stitches here. One in the middle and one from side to side or end to end on the towel. And that should be enough to hold that in place as we need it, just for the face. And make sure you secure that to the bottom of that towel. Then knot it off. This is a place where it would come undone, easily come unthreaded. So I get a good knot there. Now we're going to repeat this process on the other side. And just so you see that again, we will repeat that for you. I'm going to pull the end to the center, make a pleat with the middle, and bring the end up and stitch that together. Our face is almost finished. We just need to put a little support in it now so it will stand up nicely inside our basket. So we're going to take a little piece of cardboard tube and we're going to pull these outer sections of the face together. And again, you could pin it or you can put a couple of little stitches in it, just a little bit to hold that in place. You're not actually putting the needle through the cardboard or a pin through it. You're just creating a little hold for it there. Our bunny's head is almost finished, so now we're going to flip him over and we're going to work on his face. And the first thing we'll do is put on some eyes. Now I have pre-attached some foam sticky in the back so it'll hold nicely. And we also have his whiskers and his nose. And again, to save a little time, I have put the whiskers and nose together, and we can just sew the nose on in one step. Or again, if you prefer, you could pin it. But we'll make 2 stitches in the nose and tie it off in a knot. He's ready. The final step on the face is going to be putting on the bunny lips. And again, we'll just take a little needle and thread and sew that on. Now we've finished our bunny's face and we've put a support of a little cardboard tube in there. And to make his ears stand up a little straighter, we're going to come in with a little, just a couple of stitches and a knot, keeping them closer together. It's not necessary. It can be made without it, but it does make the control of it a little bit easier. So now we've got his ears sewn together at the top, and we're ready to put the whole head into the body. Now what we're going to do with the body is take a fold and separate it from the front, and then place this cardboard tube down in it, and now we're pressing this towel up against that cardboard tube so it has plenty of support. And you can see what those a couple of little stitches did for his ears, just made all the difference in the world. Now to finish our bunny up, we're going to go to the back side and we're going to make the tail. And the tail, we're going to just wind a little bit of marabou feather around, and then again either pin it or take our needle and simply sew it on. Well, our bunny is completely finished, and isn't he adorable? All the little fluff. Now we can take some shred and put it inside this bunny, and we could actually make a little gift basket with him. Put some bath salts, crystals in it, and maybe something gift wrapped inside a little Easter egg, or any season whatsoever you could use for this bunny. Wrap him up with a little cellophane and he's ready to go.